Hey phone dogs, Beau HD here, and in my hands I have the latest Blue product that was recently announced, the all-new Blue Windows HD phone. Now ever since Windows Phone dropped their licensing fees, we're starting to see all new Windows phones become available from all sorts of new manufacturers, this one being from Blue. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at what this Windows Phone has to offer. So from a hardware standpoint, the Blue Windows HD phone really doesn't look too terrible at all. It comes in a variety of colors, such as fluorescent yellow, orange, pink, and white. And as you can see, I was sent the fluorescent yellow version, which is probably the least appealing of them all. But if you take a look around the device, we'll find the volume controls on the left-hand side, the power sleep on-off button on the right-hand side, the 3.5mm headphone jack and micro USB charging port on top, and then nothing on the bottom. On the front of the device, we'll see the ambient light sensors and front-facing camera up top, and the Windows capacitive touch buttons below for the back, home, and search commands. And then if we flip the phone over, on its back, we'll see the 8-megapixel rear-facing camera and flash with the Blue logo and rear speakerphone. Now, if we power on the display, we'll see that first and foremost, the display doesn't look terrible. It has a pretty good color vibrancy in that colors appear very bright and vibrant with decent contrast. It's certainly not the best 720p display by any means, in that you can start to see pixels when you look up close, and blacks aren't as deep as I'd like them to be, but for a budget smartphone, it'll definitely get the job done. I'd say the real disappointing aspect of the phone has to do with both the operating system and display, in that when I'm scrolling through all the tiles, it doesn't really appear to be very smooth at all. It's very jittery and choppy and gives me a headache almost. But it's odd because when I flick the tiles up or down, it's very smooth, which makes me think it's a software issue that can be fixed with an update. Now, I'm not an expert with Windows OS by any means, but I do know that it is running the latest version of Windows, that being 8.1, and I do know that Windows Phone has a problem with apps, and that it's lacking a lot of major apps for Google services like YouTube and major social networks like Snapchat and Instagram. I mean, there are some third-party developers and betas that provide support for many of the missing apps, but still, it's lacking a lot of major developer support. But on the bright side, you are presented with a very unique OS that definitely has potential, especially now that more manufacturers will be able to release Windows phones. But if you take a look at the camera, it should get the job done, but picture quality is decent at best. Images that aren't captured in good lighting will be very noisy, and overall they just seem pretty dull. Even for the budget price tag that this phone has, they're just not very impressive. Same with video quality, which actually I think is worse. It doesn't shoot any sort of HD video quality, and as you can see, it looks pretty bad, so we'll just stop there. Because the last area of the phone worth mentioning is the battery life, which is actually probably the saving grace of this phone, since it appears to be good with the time I've had to test it. I left it in standby mode and used it on and off over the past several days, and it seems to last for several days on a single charge with the light use. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the battery saving improvements on Windows Phone. But overall, if you're looking for a budget Windows phone for under $200, this is probably the phone for you. While it doesn't offer any sort of crazy high-end specs and includes a simple dual-core processor with half a gig of RAM, it looks stylish and works well, which is pretty much all that can be said about this budget smartphone. I mean, the only thing really holding back this phone is the OS, which, I mean, if you're in the market for a Windows phone, you probably already know of the possible drawbacks and don't really care. So with that said, that is my review of the Blue Windows HD phone. If you'd like to watch my review of the little brother of this device, the Blue Windows JR phone, I'll go ahead and leave a link for you to do so down below in the description bar. But as always, I'm Beau HD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.